Hello, everybody, critters, and hopefully some any part of the Crit Roll cast or any of the crew or other employees of Critical Role. Um, a long time ago, about 5 years now, I started a video that you guys played on the 50th episode of Critical Role, and I said, "Hi, my name's Trainer Jody." And the weird thing about that is I didn't have to say that because Matt had already mentioned my name and recognized it, said I was a great DM, and that was probably one of the most surreal events of my life. So today was the 5 year anniversary of Critical Role. And so I wanted to just kind of talk about how it's affected me. Way back into 2015, I was watching the brand new Geek and Sundry Twitch channel. They were doing a 48-hour live stream for actually can't remember the disease anymore, but they were raising money for charity, and that's how the Twitch channel started out. Was raising money for charity, and on the during that event, and I think a little bit before, they announced some of the shows that were going to premiere on the new Twitch channel. And one of those shows was a show called Critical Role. I had no idea what it was. I didn't know any of the voice actors in it, not by name at least. I'd heard Liam's voice, specifically, "You are not prepared." And I'm certain I'd heard Matt's voice countless times, and Laura's and Sam's. Like, they'd been doing stuff for a long time. I didn't realize I knew Ashley from Recess, actually. But yeah, I didn't know any of the names or anything, but I saw they're going to do a D&D show. And I'd been really active in the D&D community at that point for a few years. I had already created my own campaign, which was really just two sessions of a parody campaign called D&D High. I had started my other parody game called the Mighty Extreme Heroes, or MEH for short. So I was really excited to see a D&D show on Geek and Sundry. I really enjoyed a lot of other Geek and Sundry stuff, like the tabletop, and I knew a few of the vloggers, some of which, because their channel had just been canceled a month or two before, some of which actually showed up on the 48-hour live stream. I remember specifically Omar to taking the night shift. So I thought that was really cool. And then the first episode happened on March 12th, which, by the way, my birthday is March 10th. Obviously, this was a birthday gift to me from Geek and Sundry. It was a little late, but you're welcome, everyone, for a birthday gift that turned into something so amazing. and I was wrapped with it. I was not a great dungeon master at that point, but I was an actor and I worked really, really hard. I understood the very basics of storytelling, and I was really good with working with people. So I was running my own games. I was running games at games stores at night. I helped with the play test for fifth edition, and by help I mean played and filled out a couple surveys. But when this game started, I was enwrapped. I tuned in to every game live for something like 2 or 3 years, from episode 1 all the way through at least most of the first season, with a few times that I missed being because I was at a convention or something. And I even got to interact with the cast. Matt himself mentioned that he and I had interacted over to Twitter. I had interacted with a few members of the cast and some of their employees on Facebook. And it was just amazing. I loved this so much that I even wanted to be a part of it somehow. And they had the thing they used to do at the beginning that we called Critmas. What it was is people would send them stuff, and they would open it on air, and they would they would read letters and the things like that. They show off stuff, and I really didn't have a whole lot of the things I could do. But there was a stint called this a Slayer's Take arc, where Felicia Day was on for a couple episodes, and her character was rather obsessed with another character in the game named Aldor, and she considered him her boyfriend, and he didn't consider her anything because he didn't like her. She kind of stalked him. So I had this brilliant idea. I would make a restraining order against Lyra from Aldor. And I actually contacted, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been Zach, who was the first head of the Twitch channel. He's what he made it. He now runs Hyper RPG. And he said, well, I don't. I can't. I asked him, would it be okay if I just sent this to him? I said it didn't need to be canon or anything. It's just a joke. And he said, well, I can't do that. I can't say that, but to talk to Matt, he can okay that. And so I did. I sent Matt a direct message on Twitter, and he responded, and he's very nice, and he said, yeah, I can't make it canon, but it's okay for you to send it. And so I did. I priority mailed it, and they read it on screen and laughed their asses off. Unfortunately, Felicia had to book it, so she didn't get to hear it. To be honest, I have no idea if she's ever heard it or seen it. But everyone else thought it was amazingly funny. And Matt, as he was opening it up, he said, "Oh, Trader Jody, he's a DM, and he runs games, and I've seen it, and it was the most amazing thing that ever happened to me." So that October, I decided I wanted to be a bigger part of the Critter community. And I organized the first Critters into Team Human 48-hour D&D live stream. We played for 48 hours straight, broken up between the different people and the different games and for 4 and 8 hours slots. But for 48 hours, we played the D&D. We raised over the $3,500, and it was amazing. So when the 50th episode came up, I got permission from, again, I think it was Zach, to be able to send them a present and have a video accompany it that would be played on stream. And they did. And Mercer opened up my gift, and it was a medal. I actually have another one that I earned the next year with a bunch of other people, because I did the Critter to Team Human thing again. But yeah, he got the medal out, and they played the video, and I made the cast cry, which normally would be a bad thing, but this was a good thing, because I assume they were tears of joy. And afterwards, Liam said, "Hey, he was there in the first month. He's an OG." And it blew my mind that Liam would recognize my name. And now they all theoretically might someday recognize my face if I ever showed up to a convention or something like that. I even had at one point an invitation to actually watch the show live at the studio. And that came and went without me being able to afford to do it. And I sincerely doubt they would ever allow me to do that ever again, because the fandom's gotten so large they just can't. But Critical Role has not only changed my life. I've become a better DM. I've become a better person. I've gotten to connect with people I never would have met any other way. One of the people that plays in my Zelda game and also plays in my parody game, if I ever can do another episode, I met in Geek and Sundry's chat. I don't think it's during Critical Role, but it was it was there to Twitch chat, and she just said, no, I wish I could get into a game, because we were discussing Critical Role. And she's like, I wish I could get into a game, but I just can't find one. And I, in chat, just said, hey, shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'll get you in a game. And she's one of my closest internet friends now. A lot has changed since then. The likelihood of me being able to meet them anywhere is basically gone now. I can't leave my room without having a panic attack, and when they get bad enough, they turn into seizures, which are very painful and dangerous if they happen in a place that has a lot of hard surfaces I could hit my head on, which tends to be convention halls in general. And I sure as heck am not going to be able to make it to LA. I don't know, ever at this point. I wouldn't make it through airports. This is a security, much less a plane ride. And a cross-country drive would mess me up permanently. So my ability to actually meet these people has passed me by. But every the Thursday, I get to watch them play the game that I started watching 5 years ago. That's amazing. And I have no idea if Matt knows who I am anymore, if Liam remembers my name or my face, or even if they still have that medal that I gave them. But it doesn't matter. For a little while, I was a part of something amazing. And I was welcomed by everyone involved, and then now that the thing that I got to be this tiny little insignificant part of years ago, now that thing is so massive that they're creating a TV series. They're doing all these amazing, wonderful things. They're changing how Twitch works. They're changing how entertainment works. Like, it's just amazing, and they could continue to do amazing, wonderful things. So, Matt, Liam, Laura, Marisha, Sam, Travis, and Ashley. Thank you guys so much for everything you guys have done. These last 5 years have been amazing. And I can't wait to see what the next 5, 10, 15 to 20 years, all the way to the next century, where the Taliesin is training a brand new group of people who weren't even alive when it started. You guys are amazing and wonderful, and I want to remind you of something I told you guys years ago during that 50th episode, which is, you have changed the world. Quite literally. People have raised funds that have changed people's lives. You've helped people get medical attention they couldn't get. You've helped countless animals get care that they never would have had. You literally have changed the world. Never forget that. And you've changed my life. Which, when you measure the life of a single geeky kid with agoraphobia that can't leave his room, to the world, it seems really minor and insignificant. But for me, that is my world. And you've done that for more than just me. So, if anyone watching this is curious, in the description, I will have the links synced up to the timestamps of my restraining order I wrote that got a laugh from everyone, and the video I just sent them. And the reactions. These are both on YouTube, so you can watch them. They're not my videos. I believe they're both Geek and Sundry's videos. They're just click on the link and you can watch. They're like 2 minutes long, so they're significantly shorter than this. But check it out and see what a young kid who's really interested in D&D and wanted to be a part of something greater was able to do, because of a bunch of nerdy ass voice actors who play D&D. Anyway, again, I hope and pray someone at Critical Role sees this, and I just want to say that thank you. Congrats on 5 years. See ya.